decided to put together the National Prayer Rally. I felt all of a sudden like John Knox in Scotland, who said, God, give me my nation or I die. I felt all of a sudden like Billy Graham in America, who said, I'm seek the interests of America first. Today, I, Lawrence Tetteh, a Ghanaian, my father is originally from Dwoodoo, and my mother is originally from Osu. And so I'm a typical Gandangme, and I live on the shores of Accra. And I'm calling a national rally that we should come together. The truth is that Abeiku Santana, I have enjoyed this like never before. Methodist pastors have come. Anglican pastors, fathers have come. Presbyterian pastors have come. Charismatic leaders has come. Pentecostal leaders has come. Apostolic leaders has come. This morning, even a fetish priest came. They've come together, and we are praying and believing God that Ghana be God arise, Ghana youth, for your country. Your nation requires your devotion. So let us unite to uphold her and make Ghana great and strong. We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved in building our fatherland. We want to come together. So when I talk about this nonsense must talk, it's a very holistic thing. That's something encoye. And if we don't take care, it will be so nonsense that every morning NPP will blame NDC. And every morning NDC will blame NPP. We want to come to that place where it's not a blame game anymore. It's not a fight among anymore. But we should look at where the devil is and attack the devil. This nonsense must stop. This nonsense must stop. When our children will go to school and be taught properly. And today, as we sit back now, Abeiku Santana, look at what COVID has done to us as a nation. People are either living in fear or they have panic. There are people that since the lockdown last year have never stepped into church again. And as a matter of fact, we look at this thing and we think it is ordinary. It is not ordinary. It is some scheme of the enemy to make us lose touch of our God. And the Bible says, they that know their God, they shall be strong and they shall do exploit. They shall run, they shall not burn. So this is what I did, Abeiku. You want to hear the story? There's a church at Christian Village that was virtually dilapidated. The church has run down. It was virtually breaking off. It was very uncompleted. And yes, it is very uncompleted. You are tired, go home. And it was very broken. And because it was broken, we needed help. Or if you are okay, you can come and sit down. Notice you are tired. So I came together with my people and we put the church together. I've sunk a lot of money into it. The owner of the church building is called Reverend Godwin Nyomanyo. When Reverend Godwin Nyomanyo saw what you have done in the building, he looked at me with tears in his eyes. He said, man of God, this is a destiny changer. What have we done? We plastered the whole church. We changed the whole windows. We brought new sound. We carpeted the whole place. We brought new chairs. And everything is new. Now I'm saying this public, but this is what God can do for me. I'm just doing that so we can hold this rally. I asked myself, if I'm going to be paying 45,000 Ghana cedis a day at the Fantasy Dome to hold a program, after 31 days, I will spend a lot of money. So why don't I go and invest it into the man of God who by dint of what notes attack the enemy has given him, his church seemed to have run down. They were sitting less than 20 people in the church on a Sunday. Today, by what we've done, when we finish and we leave, people's destiny has changed. And we have put it together into an international standard. Abeiku, Santana, if you come to Christian Village where we are holding the auditorium, that seats over 2,000 people. It is red carpet, it is blue chairs, it is new sound, and God put that in my heart that people should come and pray in comfort. And I tell you, people are coming to pray in comfort. We are getting directors to come. We are getting bankers to come. We are getting lawyers to come. There's this young lady who came, I call her young lady because she's 75 years old. Professor Victoria Pia, who is a nuclear scientist at Allied University. She came to the place and looked around the place and said, Dr. Tetteh, why ye nyame ejuma? This an old lady, 75-year-old professor. I said, Dr. Tetteh, why ye nyame ejuma? When a chance nyame ejuma, so betiska. Now what are you be sorry dying to build it together? And why? One common reason I have: the nonsense must stop. We must come together to pray. And if I'm talking about this nonsense must stop, Abeiku, Santana, people are in pain. Why are you in pain? There's a scripture, number 1, that says, have seen an error. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 5. Under the sun, that comes from the ruler, that fools are put on horses, are riding on horses, and dignified people and kings are walking barefoot. I've seen intelligent people struggling. There are people who are professors today. There are people who are lecturers today. There are people who are teachers today. There are people who are doctors today. There are people who are lawyers today. There are people who are great men in our society today who are crying. There is nothing to live on. And yes, there are also people who you don't know what they did and how they got money and they are living. This nonsense must. Men and women who are living right before God, they are paying their tithes. They are fasting. They are praying. They are going to all night. They are separating themselves. They are living righteous life. They are doing everything possible within their means. And nothing seems to work. And as they sing, when we walk with the Lord in the light of His word, what a glory He shares on our way, while we do His good will. He abides with us still, and with all who trust and obey. Somebody sing, trust and obey. For there's no other way to be happy in Jesus, but to trust and obey. Abeiku, Santana, this nonsense must stop. It must stop from our homes. It must stop from our politics. It must stop from our medics. It must stop from our pharmaceuticals. It must stop from our teachers. It must stop from our farmers. Unfortunately, it must also stop from the church and religious leadership. There are things are going on that are not right. We all seem to be sleeping. And we all seem to be uncaring. And we all seem to be all right. It's your young girl. It's your dream. And so this nonsense must stop. It's a prayer that God put on my heart. And I decided that somebody must rise up. Today in Ghana, everybody's building his church. Everybody is building their church. Everybody's building their kingdom. Some time ago, when we thought revivals were breaking forth, we should not fool ourselves as a nation. Revival is not breaking forth anywhere in Ghana. Those of us who travel to places, those of us who go to places in the Caribbean, those of us who go to places in the Latin Americas, those of us who go to places in some part of Africa, I tell you, we seem to be behaving like the English ones or the British. who, because of a little success, we conclude that Christianity is ours. But Ghana is watering down in Christianity. There are so many things that are going on in Ghana now that is very, very unacceptable. And the discourse, and the discussion, and the debates are issues we should be very mindful about. That all of us want to be politically right, including we the pastors. We want to be politically right. We want to impress every religion. We want to impress every tradition. We want to impress every culture. We want to impress every man. We want to impress everybody. To the south, we want to impress. To the east, we want to impress. To the north, we want to impress. And so we are not truthful to ourselves. Hey, you say nyamisompa apeni ewomo eno na faso wo so nyamisompa apeni ewomo eno na faso wo so obia ni wa osomo ya wama neni megwase enti na misa wanisa shamimo must well lift it up now. You start sleeping. Hey. Hold on. You see how the nonsense has stopped. If those of you were listening to me, you heard me tell somebody to go home. I brought him to come and sing. He was snoring. He was tired. Now that he started singing, the nonsense has gone. This is what I mean by this nonsense must stop. Aloje nakai. Nin shwe bako ashang when one ako wordon. Lagbeni. Nyame sompa.
Apini ewomo. Enu na fasu wosua. Nyame sompa. Apini ewomo. Enu na fasu wosua. Obiani wa osumuye. Wama neni megwasi. The
nonsense must stop. And you walk today and you are wondering what went wrong. What did you do wrong? What didn't you do right? How did you miss it? How did you miss the school? How did you miss the marriage? How did you miss the home? How did you miss that great vision of yours? This nonsense is so unacceptable. It is not right. So there are things we are going through that we should not be going through. You've led a good life. You've fought a good battle. Yes, we all made mistakes. Who doesn't make mistakes? But some people got away with murder. And as for you, you're struggling. Bibia would sabe kambia and koye. Bibia would bompai actually come. You have fasted, you have prayed, and nothing seemed to work. This is what I call the nonsense that must stop. In order for the nonsense to stop, number one, I say you must identify the trend of the nonsense. When Ecclesiastes said, Solomon made it clear, Solomon made it better. Solomon said in Ecclesiastes that I have seen an error. Princes are walking barefooted on the ground. Unfortunately, slaves and servants are riding on horses. Some of you, that is your life. That is nonsense. We are this year. You are royal. You are special. You are intelligent. You are beautiful. You are honorable. You are blessed. Physically, you know you carry everything it takes. But nothing seems to work out. This is what I call nonsense. Nonsense is not an insult. It is a holistic statement. This nonsense must stop. Things must go well. What are you talking about, Abeiku Santana? That some of you, with all your intelligence and with all your ability, what is holding you down? Certain people in your fraternity, they command money. They do less than what you do, and they get more than what you get. And sometimes you sit back and look as if you have to be like anybody. No, we need the blessings of God. And that is what I mean by this nonsense must stop. There are people today who can easily give to you. There are people today who can easily bless you. They will take the blessing and give to useless people. And you are walking and you become a reproach and a scorn and a byword. And you sit back, and poor people call you poor, and foolish people call you foolish, and empty people call you empty, and people who cannot do what you do instruct you how to do it, and you sit back. This is what I call holistically that this nonsense must stop. Listen to me. This is not an insult. This is Bible. In the days of Bible, Paul was vivid. Jesus was vivid. The prophets were vivid. Paul said in Galatians chapter 3, foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you? You started well in the spirit, but now you ended up in the flesh. You are doing the thing everybody does. Hey, you want to get up and change your whole life. You want to get up and say, this nonsense must stop. Hey, I've eaten enough nonsense. I'm not going any. Number 2, if you want the nonsense to stop, you have to be able to confront it. We have been told gentle. Abeiku, you have been so polite to some people. They don't need your politeness. You have been so nice to some people. You have been a gentleman to some people. They don't need your gentleness. There are some people, when you try to be polite to them, you try to be nice to them, they poo-poo on your head. They poo-poo on your head. It sounds very ugly, but the word says they shit on your head. Because you want to be nice, they take your niceness for granted. It's nonsense. It must stop. It must stop when they man do the hey. This nonsense of you being intimidated. You can't say your mind again. At the church, you can't say your mind. In the family, you can't say your mind. Oh, talk less of even politics. If you just say your mind, you are in trouble. It's nonsense. Must stop. When are we going to rise up and say, Yenananum, Yenananum, Yenanam, Nayende, Nayende,
Nayende, Yabasumu, Yewa, Yenye, Nayende, oh, Nayende, Nayende, Yabasum, Yewa.
Abeiku Santana, it is nonsense when life has not treated you fairly. When life has not treated you fairly, it is nonsense. When you cannot explain why everything is wrong or everything goes wrong, it is nonsense. You cannot explain how everything goes wrong for you alone. For you alone, marriage goes wrong, children goes wrong, relationship goes wrong, work goes wrong, talk goes wrong. For you alone, everything goes wrong. You cannot explain. That is nonsense. This was not what you planned your life to be. That is nonsense. You sit back today. Why did you choose that course? What did you want to do? Is that how you wanted to sit your life all this time? You had aspirations in your life. We all had aspirations, and all of a sudden something didn't go right, and you find yourself in the corner, and sometimes you feel so entrapped and so limited and so abused and so segregated, and sometimes you live in sorrow. You are living in pain. It's nonsense. You are living in sorrow. It is nonsense. You are living embarrassed. It is nonsense. Now you live at the mercy of people. This nonsense must stop. The next thing is that the nonsense must stop. But the position you wanted in life has been denied. You have been given to somebody who is less privileged than you. Somebody who doesn't have what you have. Abeiku, this is just an introduction of the message, because I have stories upon stories that I can tell you upon this nonsense. Recently, something we heard. Somebody who had diabetes. They were going to cut one of his leg. His family people had to convince him that until they cut that leg of yours, the way the saw is eating into that leg of yours, you would not be well. They struggled and they fought with him, and they advised him, and he finally agreed that his leg should be chopped off so he'll be free. When they went to the hospital, the doctors made a mistake and they chopped off the good leg. Instead of chopping off the bad leg, they cut the and when they finished cutting the good leg, before they noticed they made a mistake. So now he's not only losing the bad leg, he's losing the good one about. It's nonsense. must stop. Where is that from? These are all spirits that people have been victim to. As a matter of fact, the nonsense must stop. Because when you look at all life that is going on, I tell you, tomorrow I'm coming here, Abeiku Santana, and I have a message for you. The nonsense must stop. It must stop and change the situation so that you will not be a beggar anymore. Hey, you have become a beggar. It is nonsense, it must stop. You fought for fools to enjoy. It must be stopped. What domemwedi? And you are sitting down today and you wonder how you miss it. The people you help in school, they are doing better and you are still finding your feet. The people you help in examination, they pass well, their result came well, and you failed in a way. This nonsense must stop. Or you pay your tithes and eat the right food. You take the right medication. You are doing everything right, fulfilling all righteousness, and yet still everything goes bad. The lazy ones seem to be getting all that you, the hard one, worked for. This nonsense must stop. God is not a liar, Abeiku. You have read all the faith scriptures in the Bible. His hands are not short, his ears are not deaf. He's able to do exceeding abundantly and above all things. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. After all this confession, you sit back and you wonder where you miss it. Somebody does some nonsense thing in town, does some evil thing, and they rather get rich. And you who want to live right. There are people today who are on pension, who have nowhere to sleep because they wanted to live righteous life. There are people who just started work 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years ago, and they have mansions. What went wrong? This nonsense must stop. It must stop. There are people who started church 3 weeks ago, and they are building castles already. There are people who have been in church, only God how know, where they want to live right. They want to talk right. They don't want to divide the word of God with lies, but they want to be truthful to God. Things are not right. This nonsense must stop. I'm finishing here for now. And I'm going to say this to you, Abeiku Santana, that there are stories I have. There are situations I have. And I'll give you one of the story. And that is how I finish it, Abeiku. You want to hear that?
Sure.
Okay. Abeiku. The story was about a beggar. The beggar stood by a roadside, by a gutter. He begs for money, or stressika money. He begs 1 cedi, 2 cedi, 5 cedis. A rich man was passing by, and he thought, this beggar cannot be here always. Let me help him. After all, I have a lot of money. So he bought bread, and he put gold into the bread. He went to tell the beggar, sorry, sister, get up, go home and go and eat this bread. If you eat this bread, you'll not come and sit by the roadside again. As soon as the rich man moved his car, there was this gentleman who was standing by, who came to the poor beggar and said, what kind of bread do you have there with the container? Even the container of the bread alone, the polythene in which the bread is alone is so nice. Don't you want to sell it to me? He said, exactly. That is what I'm also feeling. That I will pescar on pound. The man gave him 10 cedis and took the bread. The guy, only God knows what he did. He went to open the bread and he noticed there's gold in it. So he came back to the poor man. Poor man was thanking. He was thanking the man who was taking his gold and his bread away. And he said, "Pan always and 1 cedi per. This bread was only 1 cedi, but give me 10 cedis." He said, "You know what? Next time you get the bread again, call me. I'll give you more than that." Following that, the rich man was passing by again. He saw the poor man there. I said, "This nonsense." He said, "What? I gave you bread yesterday. Gentlemen, if you had gone to eat the bread, you would not have come back here again. Did you eat the bread?" Sometimes, because of our foolishness and our nonsense, we think we are right. We think we are smart. We think we are cunning. We think we are scheming. Hey, the rich man said, "Okay, maybe I made a mistake." Bought another bread and put another gold in it. And said, "And then sorry, sister, get up now and go and eat the bread." As soon as the rich man left, the beggar started looking around and said, "10 cedis. Where is he?" I said, this nonsense must stop. Lo and behold, the guy was just at the corner and comes and said, "And then the pan no. And no pan no me DNA farm. The bread I ate yesterday for me is very nice. So today I'm going to give you 100 cedis. Hey, my God. Oh, sorry. He's jumping. We jump for foolishness. We jump for things that are temporal. We jump for things that will not take us anywhere. And he took that bread and gave it to the gentleman. And he was giving 100 Ghana cedis. And he rejoiced. He was happy. Following the rich man was passing by again. He saw them again. He said, gentlemen, for some reason I want to help you. You didn't eat the first bread, I know. And you didn't eat the second bread yesterday. But I'm going to give you bread again. I'm going to give you bread again. And this is the last time I'll give you bread. If you eat it, your life will change. If you don't eat it, it's not. But in his heart, he's thinking that Fafa Mama in terminals sometime in our own nonsense. We sit back. We miss everything. We lose everything. We sit back. We get no bad friends. We get naughty friends. We get empty friends. We get friends that will not take us anywhere. We sit back later and then we realize how stupid we have been, how foolish we have been, how unwise we have been. These are called nonsense. This nonsense must stop. And some of you are listening to me today. You are looking at your life. Where did you meet that girl? How did you meet that boy? Where did you go to that school? How did you start smoking? How did you start drinking? When did you start masturbation? When did you start all this nonsense that we've got into our life? When did you start it? And all of a sudden, you have no life anymore. Abeiku Santana, guess what? The man came the last time and gave him the bread. Gave him the bread and moved. And the gentleman came again. This time, he gave him 200 Ghana cedis and took the bread away. Not long after that, the rich man came back. He said, gentleman, you are not just a fool, you are unwise. The bread that I gave you, there was gold in the first one. The bread that I gave you was gold in the second one. The bread that I gave you was gold in the third one. Whoever you might have given the gold to has taken millions of you. Then he realized this nonsense must stop. But Abeiku Santana, had I known it's a philosophy of a fool, had I known it's a philosophy of a fool, it is only a fool who waits for everything to pass. And he said, I wish me name. Had I known it's a philosophy of a fool. Some people say, had I known it's always at last. But had I known it's a philosophy of a fool. It's a fool who waits for everything is over. And this is the introduction of this nonsense must stop. I want to pray with somebody. You are gone from beginning
To the end.
there's no place for argument. You are God
all by yourself.
Master, you are not sleeping anymore, so sing it.
You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself.
Just that you need to lift it up. Let me hear you.
You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself.
Pastor Lord, lift it up.
You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself.
Everybody join together. You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. You are God. You are God. Oh, from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. Listen, it said you've got times and seasons in your hands. Abeiku Santana. You call for light out of darkness. You don't need a man to be the God you are, but you are chosen to call me your own. So you are God.
You are God from beginning to the end.
Bless God. I change your life. Every nonsense, every hope.
You are God. You are God from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God. You are God all by yourself.
So this is what I've been treating since the 1st of May. Every morning, people ask me, why am I doing it at evening? No. I'm doing it at morning, so people who come mean business. You see, my boy is crying, sleeping in the studio, because every morning he gets up at 4 o'clock to come. You must mean business to meet us at Christian Village behind the Achimota Forest to know that you are coming to pray. And for that 2 hours or so we pray. We start from 6, 7, 8, 9. We finish prayer. People come and pray before they go to work. And you know what? Directors are coming. Serious attorneys are coming. Medical officers are coming. People are coming that is making me feel like this is good. When I see the GV cars and I see the Mercedes Benz and I see the cars and I see certain individuals, they want to come and pray. So it is Lawrence Tetteh Ministries present National Prayer Rally. And the theme is this nonsense must stop. And the prayer quotation is 2 Chronicles chapter 14 verse 7. And the date is 1st of May through to the 31st of May every morning. And it's going to be at the Christian Village behind the Achimota School or the Achimota School. And it's 6 a.m. daily. The number to call Abeiku is there. And I'm seeing lives change. A lady came 3 days today who had a Zimmer frame. On the Zimmer frame, it is, I don't know how you can put this thing, to put it to Abeiku Santana later. She had a Zimmer frame. She gave birth to 2 sets of twins. After the second set of twins, she just paralyzed. She couldn't walk again. Her name is Janet. She came to the place there while they carried her with a Zimmer frame. And as I walked towards her, she threw the Zimmer frame off and she's walking and dancing. She danced virtually the whole day. 3 days today was about Auntie Janet, who was a professional teacher, who said she never thought she could ever have the chance to walk again. This nonsense must stand. So God bless you, Abeiku Santana.
Right.
I'm not going any further again. Let me leave you to do your work. But I'm here.
This nonsense must stop. We have been so gentle to some people. We've been so gentle to some situations. We've been so gentle to some conditions. That nonsense must stop. Because you want to be nice, they are taking your niceness for granted. That nonsense must stop. We must come together and pray as a country. We must come together and pray as a nation. This ECG dumso, this nonsense of ECG must stop. There's no place. This nonsense that if you say your mind, you are being intimidated and attacked. This nonsense must stop. This nonsense of when you express your opinion on social media, those who don't understand you come and attack you. That nonsense must stop. And this nonsense is a holistic statement. In the Bible, Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse number 7, I have seen servants on horses while princes walk on the ground like servants. That nonsense must stop. You've got times and seasons. Had I known, it's always a philosophy of the fool. Had I known, okwasia yentiana hwa asomprenu. Okwasia yetia hwa aso saa. That nonsense must stop. Let's allow people of this country to express their views and opinions without fear or intimidation. That nonsense must stop. The whole country needs a miracle. The whole country needs a miracle. If the people who are called by my name will humble themselves unto me and cry unto me and turn away from their wicked ways, I will hear their prayer. There is a condition. There is a precondition. We must first humble ourselves. We must turn from our wicked ways. We must pray. This nonsense must stop. Mentiasiasi omaya ewo gold ewo timber ewo cocoa ewo diamond omaya ewo bibia ye bre mentiasie Mentiasia, or my what to be bahabe, now or my move for na here on Mentiasia. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 7. Mentiasia, or my China ex-convict, to be babe ye wa. Or my ex-convict, prisoners in free China, to be ba my Ghana mube ye. Or my will be free Alata Nigeria Baha within 3 years. No, I hate it. Not Ghana ni bre Mentiasia. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 7. I have seen servants on horses, while princes walk on the ground like servants. Me who are this year and I'm from kwa etetim ponkoso. Mentiasia, this nonsense must stop. Now, this is not political, this is not partisan, this is psychological, this is common sense. So we are Juma, what breast from here, Juma now Yamfas will be also. That nonsense must stop. So we didn't cry Juma somewhere, Juma Pana or breast. No more would you con someone any realm. That nonsense must stop. Now we can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. There are a lot of nonsense. That nonsense must stop. The blind man Bartimaeus, Abetina ensuon who 38 good years. 38 good years. Opewobia manapejana kotu nsuonim. So one day he cried aloud, the Son of David, have mercy upon me. And that day he got his healing. Shout, shout. Kasamentiasie, sayadio wenkumi mame. Kacha won say 2021 you will make it. Kacha won say you will not be intimidated by anybody. Kacha won say if God be for me, who can be against me? This nonsense must stop. So who compare Juma just a bosses and what dance and mama wa Juma no. That nonsense must stop. So we cannot cry near town and untimin cannot crabio. So we are papa near the bonia tioka and untimin your papa bio. That nonsense must stop. Sawodi and to my boyam now wako Friday mpaibo abom payama ukunu na ukunu ye manwa afenu afama no ne ma edisika okwa no obo na wotu odin say me maninti and me anya nkwada ni ntia sa nonsense no must stop. Menye di manenka ho. Menye di manenka ho. Adenti Moses akoka kire ohini Pharaoh say ohini Pharaoh this nonsense must stop. Adenti na medi Moses aba. Sasha what's it there? Ohini Pharaoh. What's the one ma wanyanko pon ma no? God says let my people go. Now wo ohini Pharaoh we are bema catch us a woman monko. You will see. Wanyanko pon say let my people go. Ohini Pharaoh, this your nonsense must stop. Now when Pharaoh resisted the movement or the exodus of the people of Israel or Judah in Egypt, we saw the calamity that befell on them. Onyankopon ma adehye enamfom ena enkoa etetimpon koso ahowo ba Ghana na Ghana fo supportium na Ghana ni ye business na Ghana ni run Ghana ni business down. This nonsense must stop. Ahowo bebre mbu Ghana fo because Ghana need to be cotton in your Ghana ni ma ahowo. Ghana need to be cotton ni nua Ghana ni tumi kodi kokonsa obi fi abrochire ba obi fi Nigeria ba obi fi other African country ba no obeye adwuma wo Ghana need to be catch and say don't go to this radio station, don't go to this media station, don't go to these people they are uncrassive for, these people they are local, these people they are not good, we are the best. That nonsense must stop. Me bought Tetteh police station commander abaso. Every me call Tetteh police station. Broni bia bagana hanom. Oba within 2 weeks was we 11,000 cedis. Na nisika oye ni nyina ne say or the dimma or the farmer was you to me fa oba be say 50 cedis. Ade a Tetteh police commander ade aye broni no. 50 cedis. The day to spend 150 obenya mamiensa. This nonsense must stop. Sa wakoto asase. Na asase a wo wakoto etuaka ewo receipt aye indenture. Na wo cadastra na aka title asase a wo title kura landguard tumi ba beje asase no o tumi beje asase. What kind of country is this? What kind of country is this? Sa wato wasase etuaka na wo title our lands commission obi tumi ba beje asase no. This nonsense must stop. Hashtag this nonsense must stop. Ujina traffic mu. Traffic na aso green. Movie a uboso obi aba no mo di motorbike no ma be block you no mo ma red for no be say ukoka enye say police convoy and I say you just private motorbikes. Yeah. Private motorbikes and number plate anyhow. Wo would the traffic mu no green aso awo kono ube una unregistered motor plate bebre aba no ma block wo no a wo right way no say jira ho no mo no a ni right way no mo be saying. What country is this? This nonsense must stop. Na metresa MPB say omunjai di omo kekan. Anyway, later I'll be patcho. MP best a few months ago. Oba sran krofo so omonto abama. Ekwanye obeye. Ensuo ma obeye. School dan adwire gu beye. If they are reminding you of your promises, you say change your attitude. That nonsense must stop. What promise you obi sa obeye ade? Na nipa na remind wa o si go and change your attitude. Na oti ufie anko obi baba oso abeka cho say beye bibi ma no. Oti ufie we a private person. What is obi akọ private person be say come and change this country for us. You promise the people to make their lives better. And the people are reminding you of your promise. You are telling the people go and change your attitude. This nonsense must stop. Oni out of war, when your politics, ade bia sitna tibia bia wo mu bia wo mpa bia no catch and say this nonsense must stop. Oh here, this nonsense must stop. Yade, this nonsense must stop. SCCA, this nonsense must stop. I don't think Anna Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tetteh Atunsa for National Prayer Rally. Na papa as wo koso a wo kasa no a na makache mi team no say yenye verification. Say the woka bibi say verify. And the world is a global village. Christian Village is just a stone throw. It will catch me team. They say, I'm on choir check. Near Hebiana would Jawanum.
Okay,
Hebiana would Jawanum. Papa, man, who are sorry, I'm the picture, Saba.
That's right.
Red carpet.
Exactly.
Red, I saw it in our carpet, you were red.
Carpet every place.
And a building, my painting blue.
Exactly.
And a white. Man, who carpet, Nina. And in Konyani, Nina. Pacho, Monfanko Papa said, hey, I saw it in Nina. Mama, your verification team, no. Acquire a quick background check. Omunina saw you on
Wow.
Yeah.
That is it.
It will cast an investigation.
No, this is it. Carpet everything.
Yeah.
They say go by this time.
They say Uba now be can Troy so for you, one be can Troy, one who fee uncle. Now, what you when you so?
I will not fail. I've got the Holy Ghost.
They say, well, Baba, and member can Troy because manya a year intern Sibia. My 5 young undergraduate Sibia, me mama ya research, mammy. And to te no, I walk as I know, who go and no, a can Trono. Yeah, the resource in the Bama and Wefi program. Because see, I understand, come man of one cantro. And come out soft one cantro. I will say, Papa Lawrence, that and some more kind in Macqua check it. I pictures and any. I am no crap. Eti wa also Baba. I will do so. Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tetteh, Aquaco refurbish a renovate church be it mamma so member cabino. Ukaya, Uche area na yama your correspondent in a check it. By the time I won't fear near the resource number. In 2 bano abekasaya your study. And yes, sir, obeju any so.
And he will empower you. He will give you the strength.
Mamifa enchia Emma Akibot impression. Wababeka a team no ho. Yadanya nkopo ase yenye obaba kwa beka ye ho. Aha. Papa Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tetteh Etun Safra Wachina Anopa Ekopim Debia Kopim 31st May bebe Thursday a holiday. Thursday. Is it Thursday or Friday? Thursday your holiday.
Thursday special anointing service. It's a holiday.
And can follow on Friday and can you? I am minister for a he said next time Thursday a holiday you call Friday.
That's when you know London is a holiday bar. We call it bank holiday. Now you move back on Monday.
Near shift to
come. Long.
Sa. Minister for Interior one holiday year bay. Now cardi akwa share.
Also would have worked out because
it come for so Friday no na. Maybe somebody check it. It's not too late. It's not too late. Be a minister. I'll bet me a dream. Pepacho enti anopa 6 a.m. Bia for any check Christian Village. Achimota school ya. Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tetteh Ministries at the National Prayer Rally. Braniam Empire together. Pepacho fresh 0209 994 141 0209 994 141 0209 994 141 and at 0544 511 333 0544 511 333. Thank you so much, Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tetteh. Tomorrow we'll be expecting you. So Nyankopon be fa so na on your mind no akasa. God bless you.
Continue to say this before I go. Abeiku Santana, please. Anytime I see you, anytime I come here, I tell you one thing: don't lose your salt. A lot of young men in the media fraternity are looking up to you. You have done much more than certain people who have even gone ahead of you have done. Don't lose your salt. Yeah.
Okay, FM 101.7.
Amen. Me lecture baha. And you know, Dr. Kwame Addo, my friend Chiama University of Ghana Business School. So my mama Kwenya said me san bisu ade wo ho. Na enye easy kra. Addition enye easy but the pimko working and schooling. Dr. Kwame Addo a business growth strategist and Entrepreneurs Clinic. And I baba share a entrepreneur friend of Medimosis. Or a medical doctor and also a traditional herbal medicine practitioner. Na doctor ben ko doctor medical school no we wasanso kosua plant ka ho e de pa anti eno yesa ye ne ba ba twetwe nkomo. He live in two worlds. Oye bibini san ye broni. Dr. Moses Digol and a Dr. Kwame Adom, senior lecturer at University of Ghana Business School. I wish you for my main fast your managing director, Dr. Father Dixon. Na so I share so that I imagine Koso. Your general manager Ora Kennedy or say GM Bibiaba Cordia. Minim say asawa wo kan say yenda no ebinu ante ase ba minim say we focus enti anya ade a wo be respond bibia and now Reverend Eastwood Anaba birthday. Happy birthday to Reverend Eastwood Anaba. Reverend Eastwood Anaba. On that day love revolution but we are sima yehu so messages am for video go Facebook ona area ye gi adwade nkrato a ye ba pe na afi ye the entrepreneurs clinic entrepreneur why ni entrepreneur Dr. Kwame Adom beche obi o ye entrepreneur e bia na wo entrepreneurial spirit e wo mu na obeye day e na watumi anya sika ene mfaso e wo so aseda edi obi nkoma producer wodada dwumadie Godwin Dogbe afei sanso na enkoma DJ Fletch enkoma your blogger your publicist your photographer Akibot impression but obomodi and follow no our social media so Instagram Akibot AKIBOAT Akibot impression yebemu ahuniema ekoso Esther Hondo say ono so wa ha Yao Ghetto say happy birthday Enkoma Papa Eastwood Reverend Eastwood Anaba happy birthday to you. I see yes in the UK it is called bank holiday. So when your holiday be na a folly on weekday ya the weekend kabom na ya Saturday to Monday. Yeah. Inti Minister for Interior utie wait when your mampani akasa. Our power to do that. Arena Gbenyo Sams Medakuku Medok Bona Mefo. Marin Kate Ubusasa me mantle na egumisuno hwan de ani bi mpacho hwe na wan fa me mantle ya compare obi a misrew we efrimia me prophet prophet nana sakode prophet nana poku sakode Potter City ena me mantle ni fi ono an wa sign the signature wom misrew emfam be frafra ibia why pacho misrew ada afeni a start week no mo yankɔ ne saa Pam Chopa. Justice Kwabi, I see you. God bless you. Adwa Roberta, Mrs. OKFM. Awodede at the saying. Matilda Amuzu. Linda Na. Ama. God bless you. Emilia Adai. Dorothy Akwe. Winifred Amano. Abigail Jima. Elizabeth. Dorothy Akwe, Emmanuel Osejan, Esther Hundo, Adolf Ampia Ato, Yasmin Mensa, mesra malamfo no ase obi ye program a e social media so Facebook live ubo na malam bia ba advertise wo no. That nonsense must stop. Malamfo no amu se sofo kra ye live preaching e Facebook pe na ma be posti mu advert egu no. That nonsense must stop. And amu nso aye amu send WhatsApp messages obi to me send forward WhatsApp message bebre sa nonsense no mu beja amunyae enu tina WhatsApp for ete so free first utumi send message many pa say 50 omo te so ba 5 no because people were abusing it. And I feel so mu amo say aban enye kwan ye rules ni nye sa aban ye kwan no na mu ko speed unnecessary speed na nkrofo wuwu a mo so that nonsense must stop. Mu amo say aban ye road hwe agbeleza eye manage junction edeko eye kofiana eyo nkrofo wu kwan ne so no chese de adravafo ani chi ene ekwan eda so ye nim say aha ye kurom na nkrofo betumi across kwan to me driving speeding and afen so trotro any taxi drivers especially trotro for baby a bus stop no am park bus stop no am park your junction some nonsense in enjoy wo krom ha trotro drivers are mo baby a bus stop ya concrete baby a ya concrete your friend is saying a pavement a biem ya biemu baby asese wo ko gina o mu nyina ho da mu be gina junction hwe eye apenkwa abeka apenkwa junction ya baby a filling station e wo no ya bus stop wo ho omu gina bus stop ne da omu gina junction na no a ekwa filling station it will say de bia eye traffic light ache. And yes, cars were anymore. It is because trotro drivers will park and stop. Baby, I'm feeling so I'm stop bia. Wa bra ya bus stop. Na se munim se mon pe bus stop, mon kancha aban no fasika nye bibi foforo. Na aban ya bus stop, mun nyina bus stop no. Baby anya bus stop no ho na mu gina. That nonsense must stop. Afe me last one na ye baba twetwe nkomo aye GFA Ghana Football Association patro mutie ni ye pa any clubs e wo Ghana mesramo sa foreign coaches na mukofo amoba no that nonsense must stop munyai ya wa bedi pele wo ho ya wo Tony Yeboah wo ho yawo your friend is Augustine Ahimfo yawo Sami Osekufo yawo players to say dey wo Pep Guardiola any yawo your friend Chelsea for coach Lampard mo omu nyina ya de omu coach club man ye Ghana for bobo enya bobo mu experience say your man ya ni abri pass ye football ye soccer ye pese ko nanimu a experienced footballers, professional footballers, to say Bedi Pele, to say Asamoah Gyan, to say Samuel Sekufo, to say Kwame Ayu Munyina. Ya momun ko coaching course. Na omun fambe coaching Ghana clubs and the Ghana national team. Na munja se de biya mukofa emrofon kukrafu omunim hweye from Serbia and the Czech Republic. Ebe coaching Ghana national team no. Yan ko be biya we have wasted money. We have wasted money in this country. Musori aruma kofa Serbia, any Croatia, any Czech Republic, abrofu petefo bia, womu nim hweye omu coachi we bia, na mu de oma be coachi class wa. Na Ghana for te say Samuel Sekufo no ma, oma Bob Bayern Munich, about Champions League, what experience. SSC amu coaching course no. This country we don't have any succession plan. Ye ni hihye bia de madachi emebunu. Esanse mo pesika dienti no okope broni a sika obe ma no obe ma cat inti because Ghana ni no onye ntu mfama no. This nonsense must stop.
If you hate me and I don't even know, shame on you. If I love you and I don't let it show, shame on me. If you got enough and you
last one ɛmaa no a mobɛyiyi mo ho wɔ social media so no ɛmaa no a mobɛyiyi mo to ho ne mo ho ne ade no let me tell you sɛ wo pa aware a ɛnyɛ sɛ wobɛyiyi ho na bɛnya aware o wo pa aware a ɛnyɛ mo ba social media so bɛyiyi mo ho no ɛna ade bɛnya aware saa nonsense mu nyae ɛmaa no a mobɛ social media so ɛyiyi mo nufu egu ɔnom ne ade no mu nyae ɛdia na nkurɔfoɔ bɛdi mo mo ware mo mu wi anoma bɛka mo ho abom abɛyɛ den women allied ɛma ware ɛma bebre ware adenti na won ware ye wo tɔn ho obia bedi na ade ye bedi ho na bɛ ware sugar daddy si ne de on betua ma wo but see ebedu baabi obehu sɛ ahoɔfɛ no enye se ya ɛhɔ no ɛna bɛka sɛ had I known. It's a philosophy of fool.
Shame on you, shame on me, shame on me.
Do the right thing.
The right thing but
We will fix the country and fix our attitude at the same time. We fix the country plus fix your attitude. The same time. Yeah, fix the country, no need fix the attitude at the same time.
but you claim you are busy. Politicians spending poor man's money.
Happy birthday, Nkoma, Pastor Kojo Frimpong, PKF, International Central Gospel Church, Pastor, or Tantra Hills, and your birthday. We wish you a glorious birthday. Abusafo, mama memfa adwadi enkratwe entwamna me papanom Dr. Digol Moses Dogbache CEO Adima Moses na fenso Dr. Kwame Adom senior lecturer University of Ghana Business School Department of Marketing and Entrepreneurship ya fene papa or business growth strategist or business growth strategies. Ghana, your micro businesses bebre, but entumi grow. Obi wa no ye adwuma obi nu agyan no akoye adwuma fro no agyan no akoye adwuma fro no agyan afedi obi nkura no agyan onya hwe. Dr. Kwame Adom eba be kire how to grow businesses. Yane Dr. Digol Moses Dogbache, CEO of Medimosis Clinic and Prostate Center. The whole Africa, Yababetie, the story and the growth of his business. Ahoɔden bi wɔ yɛ nyinaa yɛ mu obia wɔ ahoɔden bi wɔ ne mu sɛ wobɛtumi de technology aka wɔ ahoɔden no ho a